It is Knitting in the Meantime, chapter 19. I was going to sing a little song, but I didn't. So, yay. Hi, it's me, Christy, whatever you know me as. Um, Also on Instagram, I used to be Chris King Notary, but I am now official Chris King Notary because my account got hacked. Yeah. But let's move on to funner and better things. This is the second time I've actually recorded this. I have bribed the dogs with treats, and hopefully they'll stay quiet. Because the first time I recorded, sadly, my dogs were being loud. Yeah. So I don't have a whole lot of knitting content today. That's just because, actually, hold on. We'll see. So that's just because I had been dealing with the Chris King Notary Instagram account being hacked. Ended up getting a migraine. Took me down for a couple of days. Anyways, if you are following me now on my new account, official Chris King Notary on Instagram, yeah, any message that you get from Chris King Notary, please know that wasn't me. I lost control of that account. That account was hacked on Thursday. In fact, it happened when I was uploading chapter 18. Yeah. I can say I'm sorry till blue, or in this case purple, but it's not going to change what happened. It's done. It's over with. It's in the past. New account. Official Chris King Notary. But because of that, I didn't get a whole lot of knitting time. Sometimes I can knit while I have a migraine. Sometimes I cannot. This time it was impossible. So I was able to work on this a little bit on Sunday, a little bit on Monday, a little bit yesterday, and I moved my one marker, and this is how much I've got done on the Ripple Camisole by Jessie Maed Designs. Honestly, this thing is like very therapeutic. Honestly, I'm very motivated to finish it. I'm not a big fan of ripple things or rib things, but ribbing is not my favorite thing to do, but I am actually quite enjoying it because it's a 3x3 rib. So it actually, I don't know why, it's going faster than I expected. With that being said, I've had to put it down a couple of times because life. So anyways, I actually purchased a bear sock yarn value pack from KnitPicks, which came on Saturday. So we have acquired some sugar-free Kool-Aid, and the plan is to have the kids dye the yarn, and then they will get socks for Christmas from that yarn. It's kind of like everybody is we're gonna involve all the kids in it. Hopefully it's a good thing. Excuse me. Okay, so what comes in a sock value, in a bare sock yarn value pack? Well, let me tell you. Here's what comes in it. You get, thank you, 2 packs or 2 hanks of Felici fingering weight. You get 2 of fingering weight Hawthorne, and this is Highland wool, just so you know, and it is an 80/20. Obviously, Felicia, everybody knows it's a 75/25. And good old faithful stroll. And this is obviously a 75/25 as well. And this is Capretta. And it is an, oh wait, yeah. This is an 80% fine merino wool, 10% cashmere, and 10% nylon. Now this is ridiculously soft, and I might actually not dye this. I might just wait, because I can see myself making some of these bralette things that Jessie Maed has. I'm actually looking forward to making some of those things over the summer. This might actually be my ticket to it because it's so soft. And then this, I didn't even know this existed, so I'm really excited about this. It's called Surefoot sock yarn. I am terrified of mohair. That's just because I get asthma attacks, and I even have issues when I'm working with wool for long periods of time. So bear with me. Yes, I know. It's probably a crazy thing to think, but bear with me, okay? So this is 40% superwash wool, 40% super kit mohair, and 20% polyamide, whatever. I don't know if you can see that. Can you? Oh, see all that halo furry stuff? Yeah. So we purchased some Kool-Aid. We're gonna do some of it on Saturday during Willow's birthday, because I thought that would be a great activity to do. Normally we'll just have like something that we do for the kids when we do their little birthday gatherings and stuff like that. It's just for an activity to do, and usually it ends up working out. Like, it usually has a positive result. So I'm looking forward to being able to do that and see what kind of mess they create, and hopefully it'll be turned into beautiful socks, because why not? This is my wine tumbler from the Crazy Sock Lady. I put coffee in it. I think I've used it like 3 times for wine. I'm not a big drinker. So, yes. That's literally all my knitting content, and I'm not even at 10 minutes. Fun. So, if you want to take off and not sit here and listen to the story, I bid you adieu. With no hard feelings. Uh, if you can, just make sure that you let people know that the new account is official Chris King Notary. Yes, it's me. There's 2 videos I uploaded to it. There's a photo of Chris King Notary with the word hacked on it. Report it, unfollow, and block Chris King Notary. Make sure that you don't block Chris King Notary and official Chris King Notary, because then you won't get to see all the cool stuff I'm up to. But other than that, if you don't want to stay for the story, that's cool. One last story that has to do with the wedding, but it also has to do with Willow. Okay? So here's the story for this week. It has to do with Willow. It has to do with our wedding too. So, at my wedding, I had these 2 friends that came, and there was a 3rd friend that lives in Canada that couldn't come to the wedding, but she sent a card, which I appreciated because I love my friend. And her name is Rose, and she wrote the most amazing thing in that card. You see, because of my birth defect, I was told that I would never be able to have children. And this friend knew about that. And so in the card, she said, it's going to take me a moment to get through this because it is so, like, to this day, it's been so many years, and to this day, it still makes my eyes water. She said, I know that the doctors told you couldn't have kids, but I will carry the babies for you if you want. Right? I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh my God, stop. Yeah, I get like that too. She's an amazing woman. I'm just saying. It's not because she's my friend. I'm just saying because she truly is an amazing woman. So, fast forward to a couple months later when I find out that I'm pregnant. And she was so excited for me, obviously. You know, when you've been told the same thing over and over, this is something that you're never going to be able to do. When it does happen, you kind of go like, oh my God, this is huge. And usually the people that are your true friends will be excited for you. When I had a lot of issues during Willow's pregnancy. I was in and out of hospitals. I had the worst migraines. I would just wake up in the middle of the night, puking my guts out with a migraine. It was not ideal, but it was what it was. You know, there wasn't anything that I could do about it. You know, they told me I couldn't have kids. Here I am pregnant. I want my baby. You know, at that point, I'm like, I want my baby. I will see this through. When the baby was born, we had already picked out the name Willow, and I insisted that the middle name would be Rose. For my friend Rose, who offered to have my babies for me, I will never be able to, like, express how insane that sounded to me at the time. And you know, you want to see someone cry at their wedding, and it takes a lot for me to cry. That was me crying at my wedding because I read that, and I think in somewhere in the garage there's an album where we put all the cards that we got from everybody at our wedding, and I made sure that that card um, was there, because I was just like, I will never be able to, um, honestly, it's still something that I can't even, you know, I can't even. I was like the nicest and kindest thing anyone ever said to me, and I will treasure that forever. But with a complicated pregnancy, there's always in the back of your mind, you have that expectation that this child is special. This child, it this child is super special, and you just don't know how special this child is. So, of course, you know, fast forward a few years later, and we found ourselves in a room, being told that Willow was autistic, and not just autistic, she was considered nonverbal. Did that make me feel like I was a bad parent? No. Did everybody around me freak out and start crying like crazy people? I didn't cry. I was like, it's the same it's the same child. So why is everybody crying? Well, let me tell you why. And I found out about this later on. I think it was Jenny McCarthy who wrote like a bunch of books. She wrote a book about um like a pregnancy book when she had her son, and then subsequently she wrote a couple of other books. So in one of the books, she talked about how when your child is diagnosed with autism, you go through like what it's called like a mourning period of what you imagine your child will be. And I'm thinking to myself, I I was told that I would never have children. So my child is autistic. I'll take it. I don't care. I did not care. All I knew was like, okay, now I need to know what to do to help my child. It wasn't a matter, in my mind, it was not about fixing my child rather than helping my child survive in this society. And so that's what we did. Willow is a junior in high school now. Next year, she'll be graduating. She will be graduating with honors. Right now, she actually has a communication device that helps her communicate with other people, which I'm not entirely sure she doesn't really use it around the house. One day she used it. She's had it at home for about a week. And about a week and a half. Week and a half. Week and a half. And the first day that she had it, I looked at her and she was using it, and she said, "I feel love." And I was like, because you are loved, and we love you so much, and we appreciate you so much. And I hope you know that we really do love you. So, yeah, we had that moment that, oh, yeah, I love that kid. So I had a crash course in parenting. There's really not that many books when it comes to this. And a lot of girls go undiagnosed And it's a sad thing because girls that go on to be undiagnosed or grow up to be undiagnosed, when they become parents and they end up having an autistic child, that's when they realize, oh my God, I was never told about this, and maybe I need to get evaluated. That's why I refuse to wear blue. It's because of that. I know a lot of people that went through life undiagnosed. It makes things a little bit harder, especially in terms of education, when if you are diagnosed, your parents are able to go to school and ask for these and fight for you and get all these programs that they have at the school that are able to help you and be successful. So, yeah, I know it's Autism Awareness Month. Maybe most of my stories in April are going to be um, about that, just because. But yeah, I will say this, it is never easy. Um, and sometimes there's a lot of good days, and sometimes there are bad days. And it's like, you just have to learn to persevere, move forward, and not think about the bad days. Just learn from the bad stuff and try to focus on the good stuff. It still freaks me out sometimes. It really does. Especially when Willow does something new and cool, and you're just like, wow, that's my kid. Yeah. So, yeah. My account being hacked was not a very pleasant time, as I mentioned before. I actually ended up getting some help from, the angry people in Twitter, um, because I thought that I had enough security for my Instagram, and apparently I did not. So the good old angry people of Twitter basically told me, no, you need more. And so they were very helpful. Unfortunately, that also means that when you're starting again with a new account, you get a lot of bots and a lot of other unsavory people. Um, I have apologized to a bunch of people. I have gotten a lot of messages, um, some nice, some not so nice. Um, there is literally nothing I can do. When I went to bed on Thursday night, I was feeling defeated, stupid, embarrassed. You name it, I felt it. And I was literally, that crazy cry when you're crying, but you're also laughing because you just so, like, the situation is so out of control, and there's nothing that you can do. That was me on Thursday. And I woke up on Friday morning and I could barely open my eyes. My head was pounding really bad. I was nauseous and everything. And I'm just sitting there, just laying in bed, going like, what else can I do? And despite having a migraine, I took my meds, could not send the kids to school that day because I have to drive them. I literally have to be there for that. So unfortunately, there's nobody else that can come take over. So we're at home. I am in bed. I had taken my meds. I thought, well, maybe I'll start feeling better soon. I've been up since 2 a.m. So by the time, if you started sending me messages like at 5:30 a.m. on Friday, my head was slowly starting to feel better, but not really. But I was able to open my eyes a little and be able to read all the comments and everything. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? You can take it to the court of public opinion, Twitter, and see what Twitter says. And Twitter said, "You're dumb." Thanks. I already know that. And Twitter says, "Hey, do you have this on your account? This type of security in your account?" Okay, I feel even dumber. But my favorite one was when they were trying to charge me money to get my account back. Because at that point, I was like, I am not paying this money. It is not worth it. So, and still, Instagram has done nothing. That account is still sending messages out. And it's not me anymore. I never send messages like that. Why would I? This is free content. Power to the people. You know? There's not a whole lot that I can do about that. On the plus side, some of the people from Twitter had some excellent ideas on what to do. And I ran one by them. Because if you can trust information, it is from the angry people at Twitter. So here is what my suggestion. Should I just music bomb this person? And I did. I totally did. I was passive aggressive and petty and stupid. And I was just like, I had to do something at that point because I was just like, I was not feeling well. I was just like, I've gotten told off by so many people. So many people. And, I had been told, you're making a big deal out of it. And I'm like, well, it is a big deal. It's a big deal to me. And I checked with a friend of mine who is an actual therapist. And she said, you are not wrong on the way that you're feeling right now. Because this was important to you. And therefore, you are allowed to have feelings about it. So there, I consulted with an expert. Anyways, I am making pizza today, so I seriously have to go. But I don't forget to follow official Chris King Notary. I love you and I appreciate you. And make sure you tell your loved ones that you love them and appreciate them too, because you never know. Life is short and fragile. So I hope to see you next week. Hopefully I actually have a lot of funny stories about Willow. So, and not in a negative way, in a cute way. So hopefully you'll get to hear some more of them. Have a good rest of your week and a good weekend. And I hopefully will see you next week. Bye.